this is where it started, right here. This is where I actually got my very start in sales and as a salesperson. We're gonna walk over here. We're in New Jersey, born and raised, still living here. And this is basically the story of my entrepreneurial journey, how I started and how my brother and I have progressed. So for anyone that wants to know our story, this is gonna be the video to watch. This is gonna be as raw and uncut as you can watch. We gotta walk here, so let's go. See all these stores right here? All these restaurants, all these businesses? So here's the background. Everyone wants to know the full story. Did I grow up rich? Did I come from money? How did everything actually go? This is the truth of my story. When I was 16 years old, I dropped out of high school with almost no plan. I didn't know what I was gonna do for my career. I just knew that I wanted to own a business of some sort someday, and I wanted to learn how to make money. And I just wanted to make money. So the first thing I did is I went and I got a job. Okay, I worked at a breakfast restaurant as a server for about 5 months to save as much money as I could to then try to start up my own company. And the first company that my brother and I started costed us $1,000 to start, right around. And it was a local content creation business. And this is where I got my start in sales. So let me explain to you exactly what our idea was and what we did. We saw all these different businesses around here, and we figured, well, businesses want to be on social media because they could generate sales through social media. They want content, they want photos, they want videos, they want these things shot for them, edited for them, and posted. So I figured if we could take photos and take videos for businesses, and if we could edit them together, they would pay us a fee for us to come in, shoot the video, edit it together, and then post it for them. And that's what we decided on. That's what we decided to do. We said, you know what? We're gonna create content for companies. We're gonna come in with a camera, like the video you're watching right now, and take photos and take videos and create Instagram reels and post them for the businesses in exchange for a fee. And this is where I got my start in sales. I started walking around to all these local businesses over here, and I would go knock on the door. I'd say, hey, my name's Luke Del Priore. Do you got 30 seconds? Who's Luke Del Priore, right? I just need 30 seconds with the owner. Is he in today? He told me he was gonna be in, right? So that's how it started. Just going in, knocking doors, shaking hands, and pitching them on content creation. And it was my brother and myself. That's all we did. Back and forth, trying to land accounts of restaurants, chiropractors, dentists, basically anyone with a dollar bill that was willing to give it to us in exchange for creating these pictures and videos we were willing to work with. And that's how we started. So I was a sales guy, right, which you'll see in a lot of the content. I was a sales guy going door to door, knocking doors, shaking hands, making things happen, trying to create some action. And my brother was the tech guy. So he was the guy behind the camera, shooting the videos, editing them together, and posting them. When you create content for local businesses, if you're gonna take 10 pictures, 10 videos, shoot them all, edit them, and post them, you can charge these businesses a fee. For us, we figured we could charge businesses on average about $2,000, $3,000 a month. And that's what we did. So we would charge these businesses a service fee, and we would shoot, edit, and post all their content. Like I said, I was a sales guy, he was a service guy. The reason we started with that business is because we were broke, okay? We didn't have money from mom or dad or a grandparent to say, give me $500,000 so I could start my restaurant, or I'm gonna inherit this business. Everything was built completely from scratch, from absolute zero. So the money that I had made working as a server at my first job, I used to buy a camera and an old laptop so my brother could take the pictures and the videos and edit everything together. Long story short, within a couple months, we were able to convince 12 businesses to pay us $2,000 a month, and we had scaled to $24,000 a month in revenue within that local content creation business, okay? So we finally started making money. We had a higher level of income. Things were going well. At this time, we realized if we want to grow even more, and if we want to produce more income and more cash flow and more profit, it's going to be hard to continue scaling this thing because there's only so many days in a month. We only have one videographer, which is my brother. And to keep the margins good in terms of hiring all these different people to create this thing, it was a big headache. And long story short, we did not want to do that anymore. And after about 6 months of running that business, we decided we need something more scalable. We need something that we can build bigger with a higher profit margin that we could also do remote. And why do we want to do remote? Because the ability to generate income and profit from any geographic area on planet Earth is true freedom. I'd rather make $10,000 a month remote than I would $50,000 a month, but you're confined to a certain geographic area because you have not unlocked the true freedom of financial liberty, we can say. If you're confined to one geographic area, then you're stuck there. Right? So with brick and mortar, you need to hire a lot and you need to outsource a lot. For you to not be there is a big risk. When you have an online company, it's a little bit different. You have the opportunity to travel and and you can still run your business and your entity as is. So here's the pivot. We shut the content business down. We were doing about 25K a month, and we said, you know what? It's time to look a different direction. It's time to assess what's the next angle, the better move, the better play for our future. So I went to the drawing board with my brother. Who has money? Well, business owners have money. Successful business owners that have been in business for a long time, they have money. Why would a business owner give me some money? Well, a business owner would give me some money if I can make them some more money. Now, how do I make a business owner some more money without some of my own money? Marketing. If you can put together a good marketing funnel digitally for a company and a certain niche market, like for example, chiropractors. If you can figure out how to help chiropractors get new customers consistently, they will pay you a monthly fee happily because you're creating a profit for their business, okay? So we decided, you know what? Instead of doing the marketing in person, creating content, taking pictures, shooting videos, editing them together, so we said we needed to do something that was a bit more scalable, something that could be remote, something that was online, things like running paid ads for businesses, completing search engine optimization, building websites, things that could be done without ever really even needing to leave our house, right? That was the business model that we wanted to pursue so that we can live out the kind of lifestyle that we want, okay? In terms of traveling and just basically living the kind of life that we want, right? You have to assess in life, what do you want to squeeze out of the fruit of life? And for us, when it comes down to building a business, you're building a business to achieve financial freedom for the most part, for yourself, your family, etc. But if that doesn't align with how you actually want to live, your morals and whatnot, then maybe entrepreneurship is not for you, or that sector of entrepreneurship is not for you. You need to find something that you're willing to stick to that serves you. And I knew that something fully remote was a direction that I wanted to go. That was a pivot that I just needed to say, you know what? It's the right move, it's the right time, we're gonna do it, and we're going to switch to fully remote. We found a niche, and I won't share my niche because obviously the market's gonna get saturated right here. We're actually walking past one of our customers, so don't pan the camera. Funny enough, we have one local client over here. But we decided, you know what? We want that more scalable model. So we looked for a high ticket niche market, we found it, and we started working on the fully digital aspect of our business. Cold calling business owners, reaching out to them, and trying to set up Zoom consultations so that we could close them on the marketing services that we were selling, like the paid ads, SEO, etc., etc. That's the business that we run to this day. So it's an online marketing agency where we help businesses grow and scale their business by enhancing what they're doing digitally. So if a business has really bad SEO, they're not ranking, we can work with them to help them in that front. If a business is not running any paid ads online, or their paid ads are not performing, we can audit them, we can step in, we can say, hey, you're not A/B testing your ads, your copy is messed up, the creative is bad. And we can say, hey, directionally, these are the things that need to be done. Once we implement X, Y, and Z, we can then help the business grow and scale a bit more. And like I said, that's a business that we run to this day. Right now, we have about 20 members of staff. We're a multi-million-dollar agency. So currently we're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in revenue for the company. And we're constantly growing and expanding and building the business to be larger than it currently is. Because as an entrepreneur, that's what you have to do. You constantly have to expand, you have to grow, and you have to constantly be learning. We used all the money that we were making off the content. When we got to that 25K a month, when we made that money for a couple months, any of the profit that we had made after taxes, we fully and solely reinvested back into the digital business that we started, okay? I wasn't buying $30,000 watches. I wasn't buying Aston Martins. I wasn't able to pay my sales guys $100,000 a year. I wasn't able to invest into content and spend $70,000 a year on content. I wasn't able to do any of these things. All these things were impossible because I didn't have enough liquidity, but the little bit of money that I did have, I said, you know what? We're gonna take this money and we're going to reinvest it back into the thing that's gonna help us generate more income. Income is the way out. Income is the way to financial freedom. And if you start a business and if you run it the right way, your income has no cap and it has no limitation. You can make as much money as you want. You can make as little money as you want. So directionally, that was how we decided to pivot. And it ended up being one of the best moves financially that I've ever made in my entire life. Now, I've made other great investments now that we obviously have a higher level of income into publicly traded companies like my stock market portfolio, which is huge. I'm a big investor in crypto. I'm a huge proponent of crypto, but none of those things were being done until the income level went up. Until we were able to raise our income level to a level that I was comfortable with in terms of on a month-to-month basis, we net over 100 grand a month. I wasn't doing any of these things. So that's our entire story, because people always ask or people always question or ponder, how are they making money? Where is the money coming from? Right now, guys, transparently, I'm losing money on content. So these videos are not making me any money. That was a long-term investment that I had made, which I'm making right now in the video that you guys are watching, into getting more eyeballs on our brand so that eventually we can monetize it. But right now, these videos don't make us any money. But right now, these videos do not earn us a single dime, okay? I don't make money selling a guru product. Here's how to become a billionaire. That's not how we make money. We make money because we run a real company and we're blessed. I mean, it's been going great. Obviously, we're consistently looking to build and go to the next level because once you're stagnant, you're in a bad position in business in general. But we're looking to just build to that next level. There's always new levels to the game, and now that's what we're looking to do and trying to do. And the reason I make this content is partially to give you guys hope. When I first started, I didn't know that there was copious amounts of money that could actually be made and that could be generated. I just had an idea of running a business and of starting something one day that could be my own. And I saw myself sitting in my dream car before I had it. I saw myself buying my dream watch before I had it. I saw myself doing all these things, but I didn't know how to actually make money. It was just an idea. It was just kind of like a figment of my imagination where I said, one day this will happen, one day this will happen. But I did not have an actionable plan. And then I was introduced to the business model of starting up a marketing company. And once I knew that I could go knock doors of local businesses and I could sell business owners on me creating content for them, I knew that I was gonna be financially set because I knew I was gonna dedicate myself to that business, to that thing, and not stop until I'd hit the level that I wanted to. And when we phased into the remote side, things were slow for a while, so it took a while to build to the level of income that we're at now. And that number is only gonna keep growing. It's only gonna keep compounding. But that's my story. That's how we started from absolute zero. We didn't get a loan, no rich parents, no handouts, none of that. And I think that's the beauty of everything that we've achieved. You change as a person when you build something from scratch and it's hard to do. That challenge and that difficulty and that hardship that you go through is going to mold your character. And if two kids from a small town in New Jersey were able to build a multi-million-dollar business in basically a year and a half, then I know you can too. Whether it's you and a partner, just you yourself, if you stick to it and if you work hard enough, eventually you're going to get the results that you've been looking for a long time. You just got to stay in the game. So that's my story. That's how I started as an entrepreneur, for everyone that's been wondering, because obviously there's a lot of people that show you this crazy lifestyle, they show you their car, but how did they actually get it? And without the knowingness of how the people make money, it's challenging to know if they're legit or not. That's my story. Any questions, feel free to comment. We're pretty much an open book over here. But if you guys got value out of that video, I hope to see you in the next one. But that's the end of this one. Now go work.